Hello, good morning everyone. I hope all of you are safe. I am thankful and privileged that we are part of this year's National Food Fair. I am Rachelle Leones, co-owner and creative collaborator of Creatively Studio. We are an enterprise that offers various creative services such as design, printing, and recently product photography for small and medium enterprises. Today, I will be talking briefly about labeling and packaging requirements for food MSMEs and share with you how we can help you with it. So first, what are labels? This refers to any written, printed, graphic, or images that are attached or accompanying the food product, giving information about it. Well, packaging refers to the activities from the designing to the production of the actual container of the food product to enclose and protect it for distribution, storage, sale, and use. So, having said that, why is it important that we properly label and package our food products? There are actually various reasons and purposes for it, and I will be discussing a few which I consider among the most important. So, the primary reason is, of course, the safety and health of our consumers. Labels and package should contain appropriate information, not only to avoid confusion, but of course to avoid risks. So, among the information that should be contained in your labels are the ingredients, the content, the storage instructions, the shelf life, the details about the manufacturer or the producers, among others. So, I'd like you to check on your product labels and see if this information are already contained in your product. Another important purpose or objective of labels and package, which I think is sometimes least attended to by our MSMEs, is the relevance of it to marketing and branding. As they say, your labels and package are actually your silent salesman. They can be a good way to introduce your product or your brand. Whatever you put or how your designs or your package or labels look has so much to say about your brand or your product. It can be a good way to help consumers identify or differentiate your products from the others, especially to similar products. As mentioned earlier, packaging is important in terms of securing your products for storage and distribution, especially if you're going to transport your product from one place to another. It should ensure that the products will arrive to your consumer in its original condition. And especially if also your product would be stored in another place or in another location, the package should be able to ensure the freshness, the shelf life of your products, and would prevent bacteria from going into the product that can possibly pose risk to your consumer. So that's a good indicator in terms of selecting a package for your product. And I would advise our food MSMEs to discuss thoroughly your products, your specifications, the conditions that it would require, so that you would be properly advised on the appropriate package for your product. And just like labels, the packaging is also important when it comes to your product marketing and branding. Um, Companies and even MSMEs are also looking into how the package can provide good customer experience and convenience on the part of the consumers. And so a good and nicely done package can actually increase awareness about your brand. The Department of Trade and Industries and the Food and Drug Administrations have policies regarding labeling and packaging requirements. And as MSMEs providing food businesses, it is important that we comply and follow these policies. So I would highly encourage that you attend the session of FDA during the fair or go to the website and check the mandated information that should be reflected in your labels. Although Creatively Studio is not a food business, we are participating in the National Food Fair mainly because among our clients are food MSMEs. So as a collaborator, Creatively Studio helps small businesses scale and grow by providing them their needed creative services. So at this point, I will be discussing to you the creative services that we offer to small businesses such as the food MSMEs. So Creatively Studio is an enterprise that can help you with your basic creative service requirements. And this can include designing the logo for your product or for your brand, which you should reflect in your labels and your package, and helping you when it comes to your branding, and providing you printing services, particularly small to medium labeling and printing requirements, and that can include your stickers, your tags, your cards, product sleeves, and any other printing requirements that you may need for your product. And recently, because of the pandemic, there has been significant change in the way people buy products, and more of them are now purchasing online via social media or a website or in the e-commerce platform. And what does this mean to us? It means that our products should not only taste good, but they should also look visually appealing. And because of this, we've recently added this creative service, which is product photography, essentially to help our MSMEs pivot online and strengthen their online presence. As mentioned earlier, labels and package should provide the details about the manufacturer or the producer, and this can include the business logo. So we have been helping a number of MSMEs develop and design for them their logo in a very collaborative process. That means we partner and engage you from the conceptualization up to the execution of your logo. Aside from this, we have also been providing other creative services such as helping MSMEs design their labeling and packaging. And a number of these MSMEs are actually participating in the National Food Fair, such as Small Creamery, who offers dairy products. Our engagement with them was designing the packaging for their premium pastillas, and Biba Cakes and Pastries, who's famous for their Silvana Bites. As you can see, the packaging design for their box is also promoting tourism. During the conceptualization for this project, we thought of creating doodles and artworks about the famous landmark in Rizal province where we both came from. Although we have a number of projects with Rizal MSMEs, We also have several projects with other MSMEs nationwide. And I hope that you will support and patronize their products, not only during the fair but as well as after. Because we are also a graduate or grantee of the Kapatid Mentor Me program and the One Town, One Product program, we have several collaborations with the Department of Trade and Industry in Rizal Province. And mainly this includes the printing of the new label or packaging design assisted to them through the OTOP design consultant. Because most of our clients are MSMEs, what we have been providing them are their small to medium labeling and packaging requirements, mainly the labeling. And we offer several types of labeling materials, and this can be paper-based or adhesive-based labels. And this also range from different types. If the food or beverage would need to be refrigerated or would be moist or would have contact to water, usually we recommend to use waterproof or preserve-proof labels. We also have transparent stickers that are also waterproof. There are also various types of non-waterproof labels that we offer to our MSME clients to fit to their requirements, to their design, or to their branding. And this can include the matte, glossy, and we also offer some eco-friendly materials like the craft labels. And the cutting can also vary depending on the size of the design. We also have a wide range of print-related materials that can go along with your labels and your package. As mentioned earlier, you can include several materials to add value or to add to the aesthetics and the customer experience for your product. And so we also offer other materials such as printing and as well as designing cards, tags, packaging sleeves, flyers, menu, including fabric-related kind of packaging such as canvas tote bags and other branding-related merchandising such as shirts. Although we do not offer large packaging materials or non-paper related packaging materials, I will be discussing also briefly some of the types of packaging materials that our food MSMEs can choose and explore if these are appropriate for your products. So among the most common are plastics. No, these are flexible, lightweight, durable, and it can also be created as a safe or food safe type of material. However, as we know, plastics can be difficult to recycle. Another common type of material that I see in our MSME clients, especially those who are offering beverages, condiments, juices, and jams or homemade sandwich spreads are glass, because the glass is a non-toxic, non-porous kind of material, and so it has the ability, if sealed well, of course, to preserve the freshness, the flavor of your product for quite a longer period of time. And the good thing also about glass, it is recyclable. However, because glass are fragile, it would require further packaging when you transport it or when you store it in another area, and to protect it, of course, for not being broken when you ship it to other areas, to the customers where they are. Steel and aluminum has been common in packaging products such as peanuts, chips, canned goods, and recently I've been seeing cakes being packaged in tin cans. So this is another packaging that would provide also longer freshness and flavor for the products because it is highly resistant to corrosion and it offers protection from light and oxygen and oils that can affect the flavor and the shelf life of your product. Steel and aluminum are durable and they can extend, as mentioned, the shelf life of your products. And they're also recyclable. Because we are a paper-based printing company, so some of our MSME clients would also come to us to provide them small to medium paper-based packaging requirements because paper and cardboard are flexible. It's quite inexpensive compared to the other types of packaging materials that I have mentioned earlier. It is also lightweight, although depending on the type, but in comparison again with the other materials, paper-based may not be that uh, sturdy. But the good thing about paper is it's very recyclable. But if you're looking for more premium, very sturdy kind of material, wood is a good choice. I've seen this in a number of products. They are using it as a good packaging and it really adds so much value to your product. It creates a different feel when you receive the product packaged in wood, and it's a very sturdy material. However, the downside, of course, is when it comes to shipping because it's quite heavy, and it can also be a bit expensive. More food MSMEs now are also exploring more eco-friendly materials. And I've seen also in our clients that some are using cassava-based or pineapple-based packaging materials, mostly for cakes and pastries. In other countries, I've seen that there are already mushroom-based materials. I don't know if that's already available in the country. So my advice really is for our MSMEs in selecting which material would be appropriate for your product is to discuss thoroughly with your manufacturing supplier or partner supplier the specifications or the conditions needed for your product so that you would be properly guided on what is the best packaging material. At this point, I would like to discuss with you one of the creative services that we've recently added. Although we've been offering this even prior to the pandemic, but it has been more availed recently by our MSMEs. And this is product photography. And as we know, our labels and our package can also showcase product photos. And as I've also reiterated earlier, it is crucial, especially now that more people are really buying online, that our MSMEs would invest on making their food products appealing visually, whether that would be in their social media or in their e-commerce platform. Because chances are, if our products are not nicely photo taken, the people will not buy it. Unlike before, especially if your products are available in the malls. People can touch it, people can taste it, people can feel it. But now, one of the basis really for their product purchase is how your products appear online, how what is your branding, and all of this influence the trust and confidence of your consumers. And in our case, you don't necessarily have to invite us to your area, to your production area, so that we can take photos of your products. We can also receive your products from the studio and take the photo shoot from there. Also, in an effort to help our KMME and OTOP grantees, we have collaborations with the Department of Trade and Industry in Rizal by taking nice photos of the KMME graduates and OTOP graduates, want to expand their market reach for their newly developed product. And again, during the pandemic, DTI Rizal has launched an e-commerce platform which features the products of Rizal MSMEs. Throughout the years that we've been dealing and engaging with MSMEs, we've noticed that as they continue to grow their enterprise, their creative requirements are also evolving and growing. And so with that, we've also evolved and expanded our services in order to help them, such as recently, because again of the current situation, we've added a new service which is helping our MSMEs design their social media templates. And that can include designing for them their social media ads graphics, their online menu, so that when their consumers would go through their social media or to their website, they can easily see their products, and they can easily order their products. As an example, two of our MSME clients who avail a previous service from us, such as Kauna Pokeballs PH, which avail the logo design service from us, have eventually accessed our other services, such as the printing for their labels, the printing for their cards, the design, and the design for their social media templates. And similarly with another clients, also MSME from Rizal Province, Mumelumiyu, producer of cheese pie. They've initially engaged us for their product photography, and eventually they also had us design for them their social media ad. And we do this again by way of collaborating with the MSMEs, understanding the objective for their social media content, and helping them translate it in a way that is consistent with their branding, with their messaging. In closing, I would like to highlight a number of important considerations in choosing your labels and your package. So, while price is a good indicator, especially that, well, we are small businesses and we're really looking for budget-friendly kind of materials, but we have to remember that we are offering food. So our primary concern should also be the quality of the materials that would go along with our products. So that means you have to check if these materials are food grade, and it would ensure the safety, the freshness, and it would secure your product. So it would be important, as mentioned, to discuss with your supplier your requirements so that you can be properly guided. And so it should not only what is trendy, no? What is trendy material, but again, the quality of the material, especially if you're looking for materials that are going to be the primary packaging, meaning the ones that would have direct contact with your products, and even the kind of printing services. Remember, not all of the printing service provider are offering food grade printing services. So these are the things that we should consider in selecting as well our suppliers. Another, of course, is the availability. So it is also good to look for the materials that are readily available, so that it will also not hamper our distribution and our production if our labels or our package would take time to arrive, no? And if there are eco-friendly materials that are available, it's also a good option. But then again, as mentioned, we have to check if these are appropriate to our products. Thank you for listening. I hope all of you was able to get valuable insights in this brief discussion. Thank you again for this opportunity to share what we know, and we hope to be able to collaborate with the MSMEs. And so I invite you to check our website and follow us in our social media, so that we can continue to connect and collaborate even after the National Food Fair. Again, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.